Midnight Mayhem, big-time success for the Flames this evening. And now Feemster, the recipient of a shove, as Delaware thought that shot came in a bit too late. And frustration is oozing out of Delaware right now. As finally Joe Feemster peels away. Cooler heads will finally prevail. Well, we get one last jab here from Bizadecki. But the teams will separate, and Liberty wins by half a dozen, 7-1. The Flames improve to 4-0 on the year. Delaware suffers its first loss. The Blue Hens are now 3-1.
So lots of tape for Delaware to work with as they will check out film. And, you know, a lot of this game, you can go back to that first period in that short span in which Liberty ripped off 3 in a row and kind of think, if we can correct that, we played them fairly tight throughout the rest. Now, I know the score is going to indicate otherwise, but if you can kind of take away that momentum boost that Liberty had and keep that flat line like you did the other 2 periods, you'll be in much better shape moving forward. Now, it'll be interesting to see as well. Last year, we did see Jake Snellenberg night 1 against the Flames in Midnight Mayhem. The next night, it was Timmy Briley, which took Liberty to overtime in that game. Will that be the same case tomorrow?
All right, some highlights in this game. 7 different goal scorers for the Flames.
Yeah, what a number that is. It started off Wall receiving the pass from Hugin. Barry, there's the turnover we're talking about. Liberty in that first period. Finch off the stick and just a flash. And then DeBrito, another turnover. Boom, back of the net, top shelf. And Liberty was absolutely rolling. A rare mistake by Couch. It would go off the cuff of the glove. He would end up kicking it in off his heel. It would be 3-1. And then moments later, you thought this might be offside. Barker cuts in, and a beautiful finish on the stick side, whether it was offside or not. Monroe, short side as well, looked off the goaltender. Strong. Liberty would just continue to dominate down low. Lots of bodies in front as Feemster had his first career collegiate goal. And then Essenmacher and company continue to work. Fischer would eventually come in and bury his first as a Flame.
So the final tally once again, 7 for the Flames, 1 for the Blue Hens. LU has now scored 18 goals in 4 games this season and surrendered just 4.
Well, this night really belonged to, at the end of the day, to that 4th line. With Barker, Hugin, and Wall, they were dominant in this game, and we've spoke ad nauseum throughout the early stages of this season just about if this 4th unit for LU can continue to produce and be a difference maker, it's going to go a long way for them when they hit playoff hockey come in 4 or 5 months' time.
Again, these 2 teams will face each other once again at 7 o'clock later today. Coverage available on ESPN+. Well, we spoke with Brad Barker's parents earlier this morning, so I think it would be good to check in with Brad. So Andy's going to do that for us. Andy?
Yeah, Corey, we have to round the night out with the Brad Barker interview. Brad, we've been talking at length about your story. Just this week has been crazy for you. I mean, you told me throughout the week, hey, my legs feel good. I'm ready to play. How did it feel being back out there tonight?
It felt awesome. I mean, it was a long break off the ice, 2 weeks, but I felt great. The boys were great. Everyone hustled, and the energy in here was unreal, so it just kept me going all night.
And your line looked great. I mean, a point for each of you guys on that line. Tell me about the way you guys worked together tonight.
We just kept the game simple, and honestly, we just had great chem all week. We've been making plays in practice, and it translated to the game tonight, so super fun to play with both sets tonight.
Yeah, and you're the 3rd Barker we've actually talked to tonight. We had your mom and dad on the broadcast, and they're just telling us about how they always like to be here and present for your hockey games and everything. You get to score a goal with them in the building. How much fun is that?
Yeah, that was super special. I mean, they come to everything they can. They've never really missed anything, so to have their support was super awesome tonight, so super fun.
Well, Brad, thank you so much for the time. Go get some sleep. I know you deserve it.
Thank you very much.
Guys.
From towing the rubber to dominating on the ice. Nice story for Brad Barker and LU. That'll do it for us tonight. This morning, for Rhett McGibbon, our producer Bruno Sampaio, and our entire crew, Corey Spector saying so long from the LaHaye Ice Center in Lynchburg, Virginia. The final score, Liberty 7, Delaware 1. To watch this entire game as well as others on the ESPN family of networks, download the ESPN app. Sleep well, everybody.